Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. How are you, my gorgeous ones? So you'll see that this is a little bit different format. I wanted to kind of show you guys what I was looking at when I'm looking at the solar eclipse in your chart, and kind of maybe give you a better idea of what this looks like and how things come together. So welcome, all you new ones. My name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot and astrology and mediumship and all kinds of stuff to help you on your path. So if you've never seen me before, thank you so much for joining. This is a very different format than I usually do. But again, I wanted to show you guys kind of the picture, give you a visualization, especially you Pisces too, because you're very visual. So we have the solar eclipse going on tomorrow on the 15th. For some of you, it'll be like the 16th, right? It depends on where you are in the world. But it'll be on the 15th. And it's going to be in Aquarius. So here's Aquarius, and here you are Pisces. So I wanted to kind of go over what a lunar eclipse is and a solar eclipse is. I know I've said this before. I did make videos 6 months ago, so if you want to go look at those videos, the video about Pisces and the solar and lunar eclipse, because what went on about 6 months ago is going to be prominent again in your area or the area that it was before. That's what the lunar and the solar eclipse is sort of going to reinvigorate that, right? And so we had this lunar eclipse in Leo recently. That energy is still going for another, 4, 6 months, 3 months, especially in the next 45 days. We're going to have the lunar eclipse, which is all about completion, destiny, karmic stuff, letting go of what no longer serves you, moving to the next level. That's the lunar eclipse. That energy is still going on for 3 months, but especially for 45 days. And then we have this solar eclipse that's coming in. So you've got this energy on top of energy about letting go, completions, karmic, and then abundance, gains, bringing in new stuff, new inspirations, finishing what you had started before, getting to that next level. That's the solar eclipse. And it's going to be happening in Aquarius. So the solar eclipse has the new moon, the lunar eclipse had the full moon. So basically what these eclipses do is intensifies that type of energy. If you think about an eclipse, it clips the energy that was there and it puts you at 0 point energy. This partial eclipse is going to put you at almost 0 point energy, where there's a lot of energy at 0 point energy and even before 0 point energy. Okay, so basically what you can think of is it's putting you in that place when it eclipses, and then whatever you're intending and focusing on is where it can launch you into. Okay, so you want to be thinking about, what are my next steps? How do I see my life? What do I want to bring in? That's what you want to think about, not what I didn't have, what I didn't get, how much I tried and didn't go forward. Because that is going to bring in that energy, because you're going to go at almost 0 point energy. So where is it going to launch you? Is it going to launch you back to that, or is it going to launch you forward into this new area? That's kind of up to you, because you have free will, your consciousness, your intention, and your focus, right? So when I'm looking at this eclipse, it's going to be in Aquarius. So Aquarius energy is all about, well, it's an air sign, so it can move and adapt, but it's a fixed sign, so it needs to know why it moves and adapts, right? So it's different than like a Gemini who's mutable, or a Sagittarius who's mutable. And a fixed sign like needs the reason why. It needs to know why it's going to do it or it's not going to do it, right? So that's kind of Aquarian energy. It's a masculine energy, so it's ready to move when it needs to. It's ready to do what it needs to do. So Aquarians have this gift. They're very sociable. They know how to bring people and things together for the whole of humanity and help them move forward. That's that energy that's going to be in the solar eclipse for you, right? They're very old souls. They're very eccentric. They're very quirky. They like being different, but they will test. So that type of energy is what you're going to be working with in this 12th house, because you're Pisces. That's your first house. So when I'm looking at this eclipse, see the eclipse right here, the sun and the moon, 27 degrees, it's in Aquarius, and Aquarius is your 12th house. This is your first house, second house, and then goes around to your 12th house, right? So it's that type of energy that you're going to be working with, that's going to help you finish off things, clear things, move into the new direction. The karmic things, the destiny, the fated stuff is going to be coming in. But it's sort of that futuristic belief because they love futuristic. So Aquarians are they're so futuristic. They're probably 150 years ahead. I always say that. They're probably 100, 150 years ahead. Their thing is to try to bring what they know from way ahead and understand what we have here now, adapt to this, and sort of blend and marry the two, or bring a bridge to the two, if that makes sense. So, but a young Aquarius, or a lesser evolved Aquarian, or the lower octave, as they say in astrology, can be their characteristics can be heartless and cynical and cold and detached and distant and moody and fear of intimacy. So it depends on what you're going to allow. What octave are you going to take? What are you going to do when things come to you in this area? Are you going to be that way, or are you going to be the other way? That's kind of up to you. It's your path, your choices, and your free will, right? So, pardon me, I'm going to have to cough. I apologize. I'm still getting over this bronchitis, and I'm trying not to cough in videos. That's why it's taking me so long, because my voice is like, it gets where I can't talk, because I'm seeing clients all day too. So my voice is going. All right. So I apologize for that, and I apologize for drinking, but I have to. Okay, so let's talk about what the 12th house is. So the 12th house is, you can think of it as that's where your past lives are. That's where the karmic stuff is. But more so, it's about endings and bringing stuff that maybe you can look at it this way if you don't believe in past lives or the karmic stuff. You can think of it this way. These are things that are destined on your path or fated on your path, that no matter what, they're supposed to come through because it's what you wanted to experience in this lifetime. That's the 12th house. But the 12th house, when it's lit up, can make you isolated. Because the thing is in your 12th house, you feel like there's something I need to know. And so you try to reach at it and you can't reach it. And that's the 12th house. Like, you can get obsessed in this house. With the solar eclipse happening there, when I'm looking at the solar eclipse, I also see this Mercury here that's conjunct, right? Conjunct means that they're anywhere between 8 and 10 degrees. I like 8, but I'll go to 10. And what that means is that they're having a conversation, and this conversation is so that they can work together to help you progress in this house, right? So they're working together to help you like a team, okay? So Mercury is all about processing, communication. But think about it this way. If your 12th house is sort of like a mystery and you can't see things come to you until they actually do, like you can't see it until you kind of know something, but you can't see it until it actually comes. You know that feeling where like you're like, I know something's going to happen. I don't know what it is. And then it happens. You're like, that's what I knew. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was going to happen. That's like the 12th house energy. So the Mercury being in there is going to help you see clearer, and is going to help you process better when these things happen. So for you guys, I see this next 3 months as new beginnings, as endings of some karmic stuff, as endings of some things, as things changing in your life, like kind of abruptly for some of you. If it's on your path and you wanted to experience it, I can see things changing for you quickly, right? Now, we had the solar eclipse here. We had the lunar eclipse in Leo, right? So if we look here, this is your first house. So we're going to go 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the lunar eclipse was happening in Leo. It's still residual energy. So as you're letting go, completions, fated stuff, destiny, you're bringing in more room for this karmic destiny stuff you wanted to experience, things you wanted to experience, lovers, partners, winning the lottery, like whatever. It's different things for different people, right? So a house, I don't know, friendships, like it's different things for different people, but it's part of your destiny. So I've said this before, but if you've never seen me, I'll say it again. In our higher self, in our energetic self, we have unlimited amounts of energy that can run through us, right? But when we're here on this earth, in this physical form, in this physical resonance with the laws of the universe, we only have so much energy that can run through us. And everything is energy. So our houses, our homes, our houses, our homes, our houses, our cars, our situations, our loved ones, our family members, our friends, our careers, our clothes, our coffees, our everything is energy. And all that that's around you is energy that's running through you. And if you have things that you have not let go of, whether consciously you didn't let go of it or subconscious, like you forgot about it, right? And you just held on to it because you weren't ready to face it, or you didn't want to face it at the time, and then you moved on, and then you kind of forgot about it, but you haven't resolved it, right? That's all energy you're holding in your field. As you release that energy and let it go, which was the lunar eclipse in Leo, this north node, it's going to give you more room for your blessings, your karmic, your destiny, your fated stuff to come in through that 12th house for you. Okay? Does that make sense? So, understand, I have the full moon steps to take to release the old energy that no longer serves you. The links down below to that. I'll have it to the new moon, how to manifest. I'll have it to the Pisces solar eclipse that I did 6 months ago. I'll have that link too. And also, if you want a reading with me or want to go over your chart with me, I'll have the link to my website as well. So, I'm not going to go over the whole chart with you, but I will let you know a couple of things that are going on because this is your first house. It's Piscean, beautiful Piscean. And I can see right now that y'all are looking very beautiful to everybody, even yourself, because you have Venus, you have Neptune, and you're in Pisces. So it's very ethereal, very beautifying, very, like right now you could go out in your sweatpants and you can't go wrong. Everybody will think you're just so attractive. Like that's kind of that energy that's there. That's in your first house. But I also see how you may be wanting to make some changes to yourself as well. You're seeing the possibilities of how I want to look better, I want to be better, I want to do better, right? So that is all going on in your first house. So enjoy that energy. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is this sextile between your 11th house and your 9th house, okay? And this has to do with your 6th house. So I don't know if I mentioned what the 6th house is about, but the 6th house is about you understanding how to please people. But you can be sort of a victim in this house, right? So this is where you learn, if I do this, mommy and daddy will love me more. Or if I do this, my friends will like me more. Or if I do this, I'll be better sociably, right? That's this house. That's your daily routine, your work, your health, all of that, right? So what can happen in this house, though, is you can say, well, I do for everybody, and I always say yes, and blah, 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 and nobody ever helps me. And I'm just so tired, right? But then you come to an understanding working in this house as you grow and understand with this North Node is that nobody asked you to do that. And if they did, you can say no. They're not going to look at you wrong because you said no. That's your feeling, not theirs. You're projecting. So what you'll learn is some of how and when you want to say no, because it's preparing you for your 7th house of relationships, right? 7th house of boundaries and relationships. So that may be stuff that you've been working on in this next 3 months, especially 45 days. These two things, solar and lunar, are going to be prominent. So as you're learning, as you're getting a bigger understanding, as you're learning when to say no or who to say no to or how not to put yourself so far out there, or learning when to rest some and to play some, and learning how to make your daily activities and your daily routine in balance, right? As you're learning that and releasing that, things in this house will come through, okay? So back to this. You have Pluto in your 11th house. That's your social networks. That's the support of your 10th house. That's like, your social networks. So friends from your work, or maybe your purpose in life, you have the social network of that. That is a sextile with your ninth house in Jupiter. Jupiter's in your ninth house. Your ninth house is about your belief system. With the sextile, sextile to me means opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. So I can see where there's a growing or an opportunity to grow and learn and understand about social network, about your friends and boundaries, because this has to do with your Leo down here. You kind of see how it all connects. Sorry, I'm used to using the other um, arrow. I can't think of the word. So this sextile with Pluto, which is a transformation. Pluto means transformation. That's that planet of transformation. And the sextile to Jupiter, who is the guru who wants to teach you about your belief systems, about a broader perspective of what you believe and understand about humanity, about the world, about how it works, about you, right? As you're coming to this understanding, I see this opportunity to learn and grow. And remember, Jupiter will bless you as you grow in this house. Scorpio wants you to be the detective, so it's not this light thing. It's this really deep, I'm coming to a real understanding. And it has to do also with your sixth house, of your boundaries, of what you're willing to, how you're willing to please others, where your boundaries are going to be. And with this North Node, trying to figure it out, right? Because the North Node, when the North Node is somewhere, you can get obsessed about that, right? So you really, really trying to understand, where are my boundaries? How do I see myself? Am I working too much or not enough? Am I not giving enough? Have I just completely shut down because before in the past I was giving too much and now I don't give any at all? Maybe I need to give some more. This is what this house is about. But I see this sextile here for you. Now also, I see in your 11th house with your social networks, you have a sextile with Venus. So I can see for some of you with the Saturn, if you've been working hard on relationships, if you've been working hard on trying to meet somebody or wanting to meet somebody or preparing your life for a partner, if you've been working hard, here's an opportunity, because Venus is about love. Venus is about beautifying. Venus is about relationships. Venus is also about money. So if you've been working hard, this is your first house, your identity. You've been working hard, trying to figure people out, trying to figure yourself out. Then I can see Saturn blessing you in this sextile with someone coming in, okay? So that's all I'll say about that. I hope I didn't confuse you. I hope that helps. Let me know if you like this new format. Pardon me again. Wow. Okay, so I did this spread over here, took a picture of it. Again, this is a very different format than y'all are used to. I am going to expand this so that you guys can see it, and then we'll go over it, okay? Sorry, guys. It's that Virgo wanted me to be perfect. Okay, so in your first position, this is for the 3 months, okay? Because I thought those 3 months were important. So in your first position, I can't use my cursor because you see when I put it over here, you can't see it. So you won't be able to see my cursor. But in your first position is the 5 of Cups. So this is you now. So I'm seeing that you're sort of drained and you're thinking about what hasn't happened, how you work so hard, how people are always taking from you. Why doesn't it ever happen for me? Why do I have to work so hard and still get nothing? I see that you're looking at the cups down here, right? Instead of looking at the cups up here. I know you can't see them, but looking at the cups up here. So I see that your attitude is way over here instead of reminding yourself about where you've come from, about how far you've come, about the things that you have done, about the type of person that you are, about the family and the friends that you have right now, about the finances and the careers that you were able to attain. Think about those things instead of what hasn't happened, how come people do these things to me. They're just asking you to look into the higher vibration, because with this eclipse, Wherever you're focused, it's going to launch you that way, shoot you into that direction, right? And if your focus is down here, then you're going to be calling in more of that, okay? So their advice is the King of Coins. I put it up here so that you guys can see it. Their advice is the King of Coins. And for some of you, I feel like this is somebody coming in. But let me say this. If you're in this vibration where you're worried, where you're talking about how people do things to you and how you never had the love of your life and how it always breaks up and blah, 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 right? Then this person is going to be that for you. Okay? So I'm not saying that this person is here. I'm saying that this person is coming. But which vibration are you going to be in? Because this person is very solid. This person works a lot. They've worked very hard to get to where they're at. They're of an authority figure, but they're nice and they're calm and they're ready to love. Okay? They are. But they don't want to take care of someone. They want to love someone equally. Okay? Their issue is they want to be passionate about someone to love and they don't have that around them. Okay? So they're waiting, or not even waiting because they're so busy doing other things. But understand that this person could be coming in for you. Depends on the vibration. Which one are you going to have come in, right? Because this is an energy. This isn't just somebody specific. There could be two in the waiting for you. And depending on which way your aspect is, which way, what energy you're bringing in will depend on which person actually comes in. That makes sense? So, yeah, they rarely even say that to you guys, but yes, that's the way it is. So, the other thing is, their advice is, if this isn't a person, they're asking you to step into this. They're asking you to remember who you are, to remember the hard work that you are, or the hard work that you've done, to remember the kind, sweet, gentle person that you are, very hardworking, has a lot of integrity, does not have time for funny business, right? So they're saying to step into that so that you can claim what's yours. Does that make sense? So that's their advice in this situation. So where you've come from is this Emperor. You can't see it down here because, sorry, the reflection. This Emperor is like a community or someone that maybe had it all or has it all or is very, very busy. And it looks like you either stepped away from that or let that go and started to do this, where you were by yourself, where you were thinking about what didn't happen and how come it hasn't happened and all of this stuff, right? So you came from this community into this. And they're asking you to step back in. Sorry, you came from this, the Emperor, to this, the Five of Cups. And now they're asking you to step into the King of Coins and claim what's yours. Be steady and slow and methodical in what you do. Okay? Now, the fourth position is the Seven of Coins. So the fourth position to me is now to 1 month. Could be off a week, give or take, right? But the Seven of Coins is about you standing under this tree. You see with the pentacles, they're ready. These are the experiences. These are the things you've cultivated. These are the things you put energy into. But you're looking off into the distant, trying to make a decision about, should I stay here and be okay with what I have? Or do I need to be directed and go over that way, where it's a little uncomfortable, where I'd have to put more energy, but I may reap bigger rewards, right? And so that looks like that's what you'll be doing in the next month, dealing with who do I cut out? What do I say no to? What am I willing to put a lot of energy into? What am I not willing to do that? Like that looks like that's what's coming for some of you. For others of you, if this is a person that you meet, it looks like you will be having a good time with them. This is nourished. I see these coins. This is because you've nourished this tree and it's time for you to reap some of the rewards. Not all the rewards, but some of the rewards. Okay? That makes sense? Now, above the Five of Cups is the fifth position. That's from your higher self. I always ask your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in love? And the answer is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands always brings news. So they're saying you will be getting news about actions that you're needing to take, whether somebody comes in, whether you get a new contract, whether you're understanding yourself more, whether you have to say no to people or yes to people. Whatever this is, you actually have to take an action for it to happen. It will be passionate. You will have you will want to engage. You'll be happy about it, but you actually have to do something to make this go forward. And that's what they're reminding you of. Take the action. Don't stay in the middle where you're thinking, is that the right move? Is that not the right move? When this person comes in, is this the right person? Is it not the right person? Is this person I'm supposed to be with? Like, don't think of all that. Just be in the moment. Take the actions you need to take and enjoy, right? Relish in the moment. So in your sixth position, this is for month 2 and 3, you have the Knight of Cups. So you do have an offering coming that is felt on an emotional level, but this Knight is not here to stay. He'll stay a while, but he's not here to stay if it's a person. The King is different, but the Knight is not here to stay. The Knight will stay until the King comes, right? So this Knight comes with an offering that fulfills you emotionally. That depends on where you're focused at. Has your focus been on family, on work, on your children, on your friends, on you, on your love life? That kind of all depends. And it looks like you'll be dealing with this in month 2 and 3. Okay? Now, in your 7th position, this is your fear. So your fear is the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands, I see it 2 ways. I see that you're fearful of when that person actually comes in, for those of you who are single, of when that person actually comes in and it like starting and moving too fast. And are you going to be able to tell the difference of, is this person for real or is this person just playing me, right? I see that. The other thing too is you're fearful that this person that you're with now, are you guys ever going to go to that other level, or is it always going to be this way? That's a fear of yours. For others of you, I see this as your success. You're wondering if your success is going to come. You're afraid that it never will because you've been working so hard. You had it at one time, then you lost it. Now you're trying to get back to it, but it seems like it's so much longer this time, right? Now remember, a fear is just there to remind you of what you don't want. You know you don't want that, right? So focus on what you want, especially in the solar eclipse. Remember, wherever you're at, your intention and focus in this eclipse is where it's going to launch you, okay? So in your 8th position, this is the way a loved one will be viewing you, or this is the universe trying to tell you something. They're saying the 8 of Coins is about you working intently on something that's very valuable to you, and you understanding at some point that you have become the master in this because you've worked so hard that you get to reap the rewards. So you're at an 8, you're not at a 9. A 9 to me is the completion in the tarot, but you're working intently on something. And it looks like, so this is what it looks like to me if you look at the spread. You've got things happening, but you feel like you don't, because this is your present position is the 5 of Cups, but you got all this stuff happening. You have the Emperor that you had, you have the 7 of Coins, you have the King of Coins, you have the Page of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, and you have the 8 of Coins. Like, it looks like things are happening, but you have this mindset of things aren't happening, or it's not enough, or it's like your attitude is way down here instead of up there. So to change that, you just have to get in the state of appreciation, okay? Now, in your 9th position, this is your hopes and dreams, but for me, this is that outer energy that's coming in that you've called in. You have the 6 of Cups, and you guys know that the 6 of Cups is like a karmic card, and it could be somebody from your past. So it looks like pretty soon you will be dealing with somebody from your past. Now that can change because we change with every decision we make, right? But I'm saying for a lot of you, you could either be dealing with someone from your past that you knew and it didn't end well, or someone from your past that you aren't aware of because maybe it was a past life, maybe it was between lives, but you have this sense when you meet them that you know them, right? You've met those people where you're like, I feel like we've known each other all our lives. That's that person. So it looks like that's coming in for you. Now in your 10th position, this is the overall outcome of what you'll be working through in the next 3 months. You have the Empress. See that baby she's got? see this tree that's very rooted. She's very rooted. She's very grounded. She's got fruit in front of her. She has worked very hard to birth this baby. So it looks like these projects, these relationships, these situations, these family members, these things and these people and these relationships that you've been wanting are going to be coming through for you in the next 3 months. So congratulations. All right, my darlings. Please let me know if you like this new format. Comment down below. And if you like what you see and you've never seen me, please consider subscribing. I love you, love you, love you. I will talk to you soon. Bye.